How's it going, everybody? Greetings from Nerdiest Dime, and today we are going to be taking a look at the DNA Design Upgrade Kit for Legacy MENASOR. Now, before we get to taking a look at the big guy himself with all the upgrades, we must first take a look at what is included with this kit. So, here we have most of the pieces that are included, except barring two, that being the thighs and hands that I've already installed. I haven't installed the other ones though. So let's take a look at these brand new articulated hands. Yes, almost a good portion of why I even bought this kit. Very nice. We'll go over them when they are fully attached in combined mode. New thighs, always appreciated. Much longer and much thicker too. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. And these two little pieces for the remaining trailer parts, we'll go over that when we get to that. Same with these, but they're also for trailer mode as well. Brand new, more toy accurate looking chest plate, which is quite nice. Lovely metallic red here. It's quite nice, but I have quite a few problems with this that we'll go into when we attach it. Another piece for the trailer piece, that is attachment that makes it more of a weapon. A new trailer hitch, which is quite lovely, and is also has another meaning in MENASOR mode. These new, let's get these back. These new feet shells. Let's go over this one. Much larger feet for the combined mode to give it more mass and overall much more proper appearance, and a large trailer base, very a la Fans Project, with these new latches. We'll go over that in the attachment pieces, and almost the entire reason I bought this kit. A brand new ionizer sword. Oh my god, look at this beauty. Look at that beauty. Massive guard. Massive guard. And almost, that's a knife. And a gigantic blade. That is stunning, and the silver paint is gorgeous. I will say, I have already modified it by trimming these pegs down. They were ridiculously long. They're mainly for trailer mode. I'm going to trim them down completely after this review because I have no interest in putting it in trailer mode. I'd rather not take my chances. It's not going to break, but I honestly just don't much care for that kind of storage, as cool as it is. But anyway, let us get down to the installation. We'll start with the feet, and we'll go with simple installations first and work our way up. So, for the feet, let's put this inside. You have the peg for base mode, and these two side pegs for trailer mode. This is what they're for. There is a, it's hard to see, my apologies, but there should, yeah, you can see there's square slots on both sides, so you can install these either way, but it is preferred to have all these indentations on the inside, like so. So just have it on a flat base, and slide it in. Make sure these pegs go under these latches. And there you go. Quite simple. Let's put it on the Wild Rider side. And there. Wait, oh, hold on. And there we go. Yeah, it prevents the loose trailer panels from falling down whenever you pick the guy up, so I much appreciate that. I will go over something else later on about these new cover pieces later. But there we have the new big boy feet. Much better. Now this big lug comes into play. As like I said, I've already installed the right thigh and the right articulated hand for this guy. So let's take this chest piece off if it hasn't already done it by itself. And let's put on the new toy chest. And it just uses the same connections as the original. Just slide it in like so. Make sure the backpack doesn't mangle up. And there you go. There's the new toy chest. Like I said, we'll go over it when we get into full combine mode. Let's keep going. Now this thing comes into play. So first, take this piece here and just use these two ports right here, and that's about it. And just slide it in like so. Now looks like a scope. Take this piece here. This middle slot in this weird geometry here, this one here, will go into this slot right here, like so, and these two tabs will go into these two slots on the trailer hitch, like so. And yeah, make sure it's like this, by the way. Then we take these two purple bits, and these two pegs will go into these two upper ports right here. You can't put it in like this or anything like that because it's too far. So, like so, and like so. Now, let's split it down the middle and take this piece here, the handle piece. Make sure it can point down at 90 degrees and not like this, because this is the correct orientation. You will put this right up here with these two slots on the side, like so. Again, make sure 90 degrees. And there we go. And finally, just swing this bad boy down to the underside. And there you go. Now you have a massive weapon for MENASOR. Kind of cool, but honestly, it's still kind of doofy. Like, I appreciate the effort, but like I said, we'll get into it later. Alright, this is where it gets a little graphic. This is open crotch surgery. Let us begin by spinning the waist around for simplicity's sake. And let us take apart these 5 screws in here. Right here. Alright, there we go. So we undo all those screws, take this apart, and keep the butt. But we will also take out all the screws. They are not necessary. That one won't go out. Okay, ignoring that. You will not need the 5 screws, as they do include their own set of screws. You will be using these long screws here. Make sure it is the long ones, and they also have a little point here. Oh, hold on. Come on, focus. They have a little point right here. Make sure it's these ones for the butt and the crotch. We'll get to that in a bit, because we will do the thigh first. Let's take the crotch out while we're at it. So, take that apart. Now, we will take apart this thigh with these 2 screws, but we will be careful as there are springs included. That spring is for the combiner attachment, or the leg attachment rather. So we must be a little careful, and it should come out accordingly. Apparently, I guess the upper screw didn't come out. Come on. There we go. Well, thankfully I caught it. Make sure that doesn't happen. Hey, where are you going? So, let's put this off to the side, as we will never need it again. And come here, screw. Get out of here. Okay. Now, let us get the new thigh in. So, where is that spring going? Goodness gracious. So, take it apart. Now, of course, the spring, as I drop the panel, the spring must sit on that little peg here. Now, you can't attach this piece on either side. It has to be a specific side, because the way it's done is this little panel here is actually what is to hold the spring down. And you will also use this peg for these this port for these tiny little pegs here. So be careful. Let's put the thigh, or the hip rather, back on, like so. Be careful. Let's put it in there. Push it up, make sure the spring is level. And make sure, another thing is make sure the side teeth go over this panel right here. Otherwise, it will not attach properly and you will have a headache. So we go. We must be very careful because this is springs we're talking about. Already the screws inside. Good. Alrighty. There we go. So it is recommended to hold this piece regardless, even if the spring is pointing up and not to the side. Now, like the crotch, you will use these long screws right here with the point. So let's put those bad boys in like so and get to screwing. Oh, that sounds so dumb. I'm sorry. There we go. And now we have a new set of thighs. Yay. Lovely. Now, this bad boy comes into play. Let us bring the butt. But also, the old crotch also has a purpose. In there, you can see 2 teeth latches. Get them. You need them for the upgrade for the new crotch. Because these are used for those. Let's grab that, like so. And now, this can go. Bye. So, let's bring in this and this. Put them off to the side. Bring this bad boy in. And get your tweezers and grab on the tooth. It's actually a lot better if you do. And put it in the same place the old crotch. Hey! The old crotch had it. It doesn't matter which side, thankfully. I would have been quite annoyed if they were side dependent. Just push it in. It is quite a tight fit, which is lovely, as it should. Okay, that just went to another dimension. Give me 1 second. Alright, I found it. Okay, sorry about that. Push that bad boy in. Now, let us bring the new legs in. Put this bad boy in there. And bring in the butt. Bring it together. Now, like the thighs, as I stated before, you must use the long screws that have a point at the end. Let's put those in there. It uses 5 in total because there's no such thing as overkill when it comes to security in toys. I'm going to put the 4 in because I have to put this at an angle. As you can see, the screw's already trying to fall out. Now let's get to screwing eventually. Come on. It won't screw. It refuses to screw. Why must you not screw? Seriously. Please screw. Thank you. Please screw. Come on. Get in there. Let's do that. And now, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. That's MGo's thing. I'm not gonna say it. And there we go. He has his new thighs tucked together and his new crotch. Lovely. Now that's a mena crotch. I'm kidding. Now, let's keep going. And I would say last but not least, but we still have some things to go through, is the hand. So let's get Dead End's hand here. Take it apart. There we go. I was like, come on, catch the screw. Catch the screw. And oh, come on. Oh, for love of piss water, just come on. Get out. Thank you. And there we go. Now we have the screws loosened up. Let's take it apart. Thankfully, you don't have to worry about springs. Just take it apart. And the only thing you keep from the old hand is this here, this tooth piece. You need that for the new hand. Otherwise, it will not ratchet. So, let's split it down the middle. And the tooth will go into this slot right here. Doesn't matter which side, just as long as it goes in. Oh, actually, wait. Put it in that way. Make sure it's tight. And bring it back. Bring it together. Hey, stay together. Come on. Stay together. Stay together! Get together! Oh, great. Of course it falls out. Ugh. Hold on. There we go. Good riddance. Now, let's flip it upside down. This is where these come into play. These are the short screws. It comes with only 4 of these, and they're meant for the hands. As I bump the camera, so let's get our screw driver. And thankfully mine's magnetic. And just screw like so. Not gonna go all the way because I want to be able to put in the other one. Get that damn hair out of your hand, MENASOR. It's It's weird. I own a dog, but like my dog doesn't come down here often. My room is downstairs. So let's screw. And so it's tight. Got that one as tight as it should go. And there we go. Now we have the new hand. Yay, get that hair out of there. Now we are practically done. We just got one more thing to go. But we shall combine the big boy. Of course, that means we begin with the legs. So, let's get this big guy in, and it combines like the original legs, but better. I'll bring that in. Let's bring it out one click, like so. Slide that in. Bring it out one click, and there we go. Let's turn the thighs a bit, like so. Gonna adjust the camera. Yeah, he's getting tall. Alrighty, let's bring in the arms, like so. Attach like so. Like so. I also want to update on drag strip and the legs. I have customized them in the meantime. Breakdown now has silver paint on the rims and silver on the pegs, so now they blend in better. So that they are different from Wild Rider's rims, which are not as bright silver. And also I put in silver Sharpie because it actually blends in quite well with the stock silver. Dead end, I livened up the purple paint more with chrome and Createx Pearl Plum, I believe it's called. And it just looks a lot better. And drag strip was the most proud for me. The entire engine is now entirely chromed. Even bits that were supposed to be silver, but they weren't. So I decided to just chrome them myself. Now that really pops, and it's quite large too. I also livened up the rim lining, because I thought it looked... it was losing its shine, so I decided to retouch it, and I think it looks quite lovely. But we are almost done. Let us turn him around for the final part, and that being this, the trailer hitch. There is a peg on the side that will go into the trailer hitch directly, and there is a slot here. This is for that. There is a slot, a tab right here that I have trimmed down. Originally it was super tight, but for some reason it actually worked better than me trimming it down. It holds, but it's certainly not secure. But tab it in like so. And wait, oh, wrong way. Make sure it's this way, actually. My apologies. Make sure the trailer hitch is on the sword base. Just slide that bad boy in. Turn it to the side. And there we go. There we have DNA's upgraded Legacy MENASOR. Fully complete. Yeah, he's huge. Now, before we get into the big guy, like I said, I wanted to address something with regards to the feet. So, if you noticed when I showed you the feet, it'll come out. Okay. The feet is relatively hollow, and so is the actual, like, here, actually, you know what, here. I'm going to lay down the guy and show them properly. This feet's pretty hollow. And this actually may bother someone. It didn't really bother me, but it is a little bit of a gripe. However, there's a solution for this. That being these. This is Derby Car Supply. These are chassis weights. They're just large die-cast chunks you can buy at Hobby Lobby. I didn't use these exact ones, although I did use some of them. I didn't use all of them for this specific purpose. They just use these large die-cast chunks, and I've been using them for MENASOR here. Let's make sure it's so the way it works is, let me raise the camera really quick. So the way I do it is I put the large panel here that has these holes, and I put it right here. Or actually, no. We put it right up here in the trailer panel. Then we just throw these two right in the middle, right here, like so. And put this round one in there. Put these two in there. Make sure you have ones that are segmented like that. And then and then just fill it in. And there you go. Now you got extra weight for the feet. It's not that much weight, but it certainly helps with balancing. And then you just slide the panel over like so. And there you go. Now you got die-cast heavy feet for the big guy. I have done this to Studio Series Grimlock. Who else have I done it for? Oh, Zeta Toys Superion. And off the top of my mind, those are ones I've done. They really help with weight distribution. It makes them so much heavier. Especially helps this guy too for his feet. I've already done it with Wild Rider, so let's put them back together like so. And we will finally go over the big guy after I put the damn leg inside. Let us get a close-up of the chest on this big boy. And yeah, really good. It works for MENASOR and MENASOR only. It doesn't look half bad. I don't really much care for the taller shoulder towers. Not bad, but I just like the way when they're short enough, like they're referencing the toy by like they're short enough but they're still tall. But they are short enough for him to look over his shoulder, but all you see is his eyes. That's what I prefer. But the chest itself is quite lovely. It's got some nice bits of molded detail to reference that of the toy, which is quite nice. You got a molded in brand new gut, which I much prefer because now that fills out his side profile, which is just lovely. That is quite nice. I only wish the original stock chest could do that, and in a perfect world, I would probably try and chop that off and put on the stock chest, because I much prefer the stock chest. The new hands, I just can't get over the articulated hands. This guy really needed articulated hands, and it works. Oh, yeah, just beautiful. New crotch, for those who didn't like it. I didn't mind it, but this one is certainly better. More prominent purple bit, and more prominent cartoon waist design. This also has a waist flap if it is necessary. It helps, and it does look cool. Big long thighs. Much prefer them over the original. Not that the originals were that bad, but my goodness, are these so much better. Just lovely. And of course, the new big feet, as we've gone over. Love the mix of the toy and the tune. It's quite nice. I don't know if I would have preferred this not being here in the middle because it's supposed to match the pattern. But in all honesty, I think I don't mind it necessarily. Love the larger slipper design too. Just incredible. And of course, the sword sheaths on his back, and that just looks so nice. Oh yeah, I love it when the sword sheath can stick out to the side. It just looks super menacing and really cool. Like, it's like, you can see my weapon. Do you think I'm not going to use it? Anyway, let's just go over the new articulation, that being the hands. Said hands are now fully posable, which is just great. There is a hinge at the base of the thumb that allows it to swing to the side. There is also a mushroom peg at the base that allows the thumb to turn if need be. Hinge at the base as well, and hinge up there. It does make the thumb look a little long, I won't deny that, but at least it is fully articulated. Much preferred. The hands are some of the best articulated fingers ever. They're basically your masterpiece combiner hands. There is a hinge at the base that allows them to curl in, but there's also a hinge at the other base that allows them to splay, which is just the best. It's some of the best articulated hand work ever. I much prefer this over ball jointed knuckles. So much better. There's also a second hinge and a third hinge for fully posable fists, which is just great. I'm kind of like MGO. I really like how they can make just good looking fists. And this has got to be one of the better looking ones. Not the best, but it's certainly just as good. Of course, it also retains, oh my god, hold on, the ratchet. Weirdly tight, which is interesting. It sounds a lot better than what the original ratchets on my old arms had. I'll make a video in regards to what I mean by that, but for now, just think with that. Now, due to the new hip design, the hip skirts had to be necessary, which allows them to get out of the way, and thankfully his legs can go all the way out. As you can see, even with the die-cast chunks, this boy can hold his leg up. Just, that's how you do it. The thigh swivel is still retained, which is just lovely. Nothing new for the feet. Still got an ankle tilt, but now it just looks meaty, and he's got really big boy feet. He still, of course, has his waist swivel. Nothing really new for articulation except for really the hands, which is just great. Speaking of them hands, let's give him his sword. And there he is with the mighty Ionizer sword. Let's get the camera back into position. There we go. And yeah, that's such a badass looking sword, especially with this new upgraded MENASOR. Let's fix him up. Ratchets still hold up, thankfully, on the brand new arms I got. Yeah, that's just so much better. Look at that. Look at that. This boy is ready to slaughter an entire planet with that blade. Just look at it. Now, we're not done with the accessories, as we also have this thing remaining. So, let's show it really quick what it looks like in combined mode. Or not combined mode, I'm a dingus. In the arm. So, you slide it in like so, and this port will be used on that peg there. It only works with the right arm. We'll just slide his arm inside. And it can only go in at an angle. I'm not going to talk about it too much. I think it's stupid, but effort was made, and effort will be applauded. Now, let's show it off in trailer mode real quick. Or, well, I'll actually show you the transformation for that. So I've already done the liberty of taking most of the Stunticons off their respective parts, and also mostly transforming some of it. As you can see, stock chest. It's because you cannot get it into trailer mode with this, the original chest. So that's one downside with this chest, if you prefer it. I do not, and that's honestly another reason for me to keep it on. So, let us get down to trailer mode. Starting with the torso, let's have the legs like this, and then I believe, let's see if I remember, spin the waist around, obviously, turn this upside down, and then turn the thighs 90 degrees on the outside with the knee pad sticking out, and then fold those down like, wait a minute, I think this is right, I believe this, yep, okay, this is right. Okay, make sure it's like this. Let's get the big chunk of trailer out here. Make sure it's the right side. Have it in, like so. And make sure it locks in like normal. Fold these bits down. 1 second. Sorry about that. Had to get something. It transforms basically the same as the stock one. Let's bring those pieces down. Of course, thighs stick out. We'll come back to this in a bit. Let's put these back in their original configuration. Oh, actually, wait. So, this actually will stay open. I'll show you why. So, let's put these back together. Actually, sorry, I keep doing things a little bit wrong. This side, this piece here. Going to take, where is it? There, oh wait, that's not it. There it is. You're going to take this piece here and slide it in, again, 90 degrees. And slide it in with these bits on the wider hollow bit on the side. And then close that panel, like so. And you take this piece here, make sure the pegs are on the bottom, and you'll see why. And that is for this. Make sure the pegs are at the bottom so that they can rest under the cannon. And just make sure it's the same thing over here, and you can just put it in like normal. And there you go. Have most of the cannon accessories stored away. Now comes this piece here. I am reaching to another degree. Let me scoot myself up. Now this comes into play. You can take the sword. It comes apart in 3 pieces. like so. And let's take the sword guard and hilt. And let me see if I can remember this. So one hand must go. Oh my god, these fucking things are so tight. Make sure the right fist is pointed up, because if you guys didn't notice, these pegs are different widths, and it only can sit down on the left hand, not the right. So the right hand must be pointed up. And 1 second. Sorry about that. So we take the sword hilt. There are these 2 tabs right here that will go into these areas here for the shins of Dead End and Drag Strip. It will sit in the middle, locked into place. Oh, hold on a second. The thumb is facing the wrong way. Let's open that. Twist that. Bring this back. Close the fingers in. Move the thumb out of the way. Close fingers. Like so. Bring the other fist up. Like so, anyway. Hold on a second. Come on. Alrighty, there we go. Close that. Now, they actually recommend you just move the right thumb and to just hold the sword, guard, and hilt down as recommended. And there we go. Now we have this stored together. One other bit of info on this. Take the blades, the pieces of the blades, and let's see if I remember. I think the tip of the blade goes here, and the body of it goes here. Yeah, that looks about right. Like I said, the original pegs were really, really long, and I only trimmed them down enough to where they could still do this for the video. Like I said, I'm going to completely cut them off and just make sure the sword and glue the sword together so it stays in one big piece. And they're all said and done. You can attach like so, and there you go. Now you have fully stored most of the accessories. Now come these bits, but one bit of information I almost forgot. This piece here slots in between here with this little tab. It just slides in. Although to say it securely sits in there is a bit of a lie. It's not super loose, but depending on how tight the arms are together, that's all it depends on. But let's get these pieces here. Pull that out and flip that up and slide this out, and then that tab will go into this large slot right there. And yes, this letter number does matter. Let's bring that down. Get this bad boy out. Flip, slide, and collapse. Bigfoot. Now let's get the body of the T trailer and slide this over, or actually rather, this tab and peg will go into the tab and the slot and screw hole right here. Right. Come here. And there we go. Now, make this easier on myself. This port will go onto the original trailer hitch right here. Let me just bring those out, make it easier for myself. Oh wait, that's upside down. Oops. Make sure the sword hilt or the sheath, the slot for it goes right in there. It will have the new trailer hitch actually stay in place, which is nice. And just collapse this like so. And then we have this hook and tab will go into the slot right there. And finally, this piece here will go into that peg right here. And there we go. Now let's bring this piece together. And there we go. And there you go. See, it just fell out. Come on. The other side isn't tabbing in. Tab together. And there we go. We have the DNA design upgrade in trailer mode. And it's already just not taking... It's taking the piss out of me. And there it is. It's not awful, but it's certainly not the best Motormaster trailer. Or, like, could have been a lot better. I'll just bring those up. Not going to collapse them properly because this is in the way. And just... God damn it. Piss off. The new trailer hitch is actually quite nice. You could even leave it on Motormaster himself. It wouldn't get any way of transformation. Not for me anyway. And there's the other piece. Don't care. I would normally just store it in there, just above the feet. And yeah, it doesn't look terrible. It did have a lot to work with. And the removal of the Motormaster chest and thighs certainly helps. I wasn't against the chest though. It was the thighs. But yeah, this doesn't look terrible. It's just they didn't have much to work with. But this is not what we bought the set for. We all know what we bought the set for. And that was for MENASOR! Speaking of, that's going to be my review for the DNA Design Upgrade Kit for Legacy MENASOR. And oh my god, just for my first DNA purchase, I am truly happy with this guy. He gives him bigger feet, bigger legs, a different chest, which I have not put on right now, and articulated fingers. Just, oh yeah, the articulated fingers really, really work for me, especially on this guy. And the bigger sword. Can't get enough of that sword, especially on the big bot himself. Just incredible. Like, I just cannot get enough of the upgraded ionizer sword. It really just makes him that much cooler. Just amazing. I also realize I have neglected to mention the new height. This upgrade kit, now with the new thighs and bigger feet, he is now 13 inches tall. Not exactly Titan class, but it's still really nice. He's a big boy now. He really does pose like a real king now, and I'm quite happy with it. I will say this, commendable effort. We appreciate effort, DNA, but you really shouldn't have cared much about this as much as everyone else didn't. You should have honestly put the rest of your plastic budget on giving Motormaster a proper sword instead of the paddleboard dink he comes with. But yeah, just a great upgrade kit. I highly recommend getting this set for MENASOR. It really brings him to the next level of a true king. And I got him off Josie's store, but he is available on BBTS for those who are US sellers who need that option. I just can't recommend it enough. I hope you all enjoyed this review. You have a lovely day, evening, or night. This has been Nerdiest Time. Rolling out.